Welcome back. This is GREI Club, and today we'll be talking about why Austin is special and what are some of the advantages of investing around that area. So, this is a picture of Austin and the numerous tech companies that inhabit it. This is excellent because industry is the lifeblood of any city. Now, this is a picture of the unemployment trends going back to 2014. And you can see Austin in the green, Texas in the yellow, and the US in the red. And you'll see historically Austin has done a really good job of keeping their unemployment low relative to both Texas and the US.
So here's Austin, Texas employment statistics at a glance. You'll note that in March and April, there was stark job loss when the pandemic originally hit and a lot of businesses were affected. And in May and June, you'll see a huge rebound in the number of jobs. Slightly tapers off in July, but then momentum's picked up again in August. So as far as job numbers are concerned, it's looking pretty good for Austin, Texas.
Why is Austin special? First and foremost, we can point to its diverse economy. As you saw on the previous slide, there's a huge tech presence here, and pretty much every big name in tech has already established itself here. If not, they have a development project in the works to entrench themselves here. On the education front, you have the University of Texas at Austin. This is a top-ranked U.S. university, and people from all over the country are paying to attend this institution. It brings in a lot of revenue in housing, tuition, and just general spending. And as you probably know, Austin is the capital of Texas, so there's a lot of government jobs and government-adjacent jobs to keep the economy running. Next, you have your lower cost of living. Houses here are just that much more affordable, and you also have low gas prices, which translates to a more affordable commute and easier access to recreation. Texas is one of the 7 states in the U.S. to not have no state income tax. And many believe that this is a huge boon because ultimately people just spend more if they feel they have more. There's easy access to nature in Austin. Tons of lakes and parks here, so there's always something to do, whether you're hiking, biking, sailing, canoeing, or attending a music festival. Always something to do. And last but not least, the most important thing, the laws here are generally very landlord friendly. So if you're an investor, that's important. Say your tenant doesn't pay on time, or you have repairs to do, or there's just some tenant landlord dispute, the laws are just generally very forgiving towards landlords. So numerous tech giants have made it clear that they're going to make their presence felt in Austin. Apple, for example, has already had their new production facility break ground, and it's slated to be ready in 2022. Google has signed a lease for a building that's in construction. They're going to have 35 stories over there coming 2023. Oracle's also going to be there, and Tesla has a new production facility, a new gigafactory that they've already bought like 2,100 acres there. And it's already broken ground. And finally, Amazon has a new fulfillment center that's in production right now.
Here we have some year-over-year data for the Austin market from September 2019 to September 2020. And you can see that the average list price has actually gone up about 15%, which translates to $60,000. And that's certainly not a small amount. Conversely, the days on market have actually gone down from 49 to 37, meaning that these homes are selling a lot faster than they did the same time last year. So this is months of inventory data for the last 2 years in the Austin market. And you'll notice that there's been a stark drop off between May and June 2020, where June has just over a month of inventory, meaning that all these homes are selling at a very rapid rate. Now this is a month of inventory heat map, and I want you to pay attention to areas which are not red yet, specifically Travis County and in Williamson County. So this is from July. Now we look at a September 2020 heat map, you'll see that pretty much Travis County and Williamson County have all been covered in red, and even Blanco and Bastrop County are covered in orange now. So everything that's been around here is staying on the market for a much shorter time period. So looking at some sales statistics year over year from September 2019 to September 2020, we'll notice that sales listings have actually gone up by a 25% in the aggregate from September 2019 to September 2020. And in fact, the months of inventory have gone down from July from 1.3 to 1.1. So meaning homes are selling even faster now. So lots of prominent Central Texas cities here, but we're here to highlight Georgetown, Texas. Population is roughly 80,000. Strong household income coming in at about $92,000 a year, and easily commutable distances to Dell, Teco Westinghouse, very close proximity to Southwestern University, and about 2 miles from Airborne headquarters. We'll look at things on a little bit of a finer scale by looking at Travis County statistics. Year over year, its median sales price has gone up about 13%, bringing it to about $420,000 a year. Again, the average days on the market have decreased by about 13 days year over year, bringing it to 34. And its months of inventory have also decreased by 0.9 months, making it sit at 1.3. But you know, the most stark statistic that jumps out at you is its total sales dollar volume has gone up by 50% year over year to $1.08 billion. So here we can see some statistics for Williamson County. Its median sales price has gone up year over year by about 9%, and its average days on market have fallen about 17 days, bringing it to 38 days on the market. Its months of inventory have gone down month and a half to 0.8 months. The big takeaway here is that all these cities in these counties are very desirable and really hot commodities, just flying off the shelves. We are going to change gears and talk about some future developments coming up that will generate a lot of revenue, create business, and just make Texas a more desirable place to live.
So Northline is going to be Leander's new downtown district. Back in March, they actually already broke ground on this $715 million project in the 115-acre space. As you can see, this will be a mixed-use project. So they will have retail, they'll have dining, housing, and office spaces, all which is intended to transform Leander's character. Just 10 years ago, they only had something to the tune of like 20,000 people as far as population, but they've grown by at least 50,000 since then. There is also going to be a Cap Metro commuter rail line which runs through it. So it's going to provide a lot of transportation for their booming population and the increasing number of tech companies that are going to be there. Plans for a $100 million hospital campus has also been announced. Amazon has announced that it will be opening an 820,000 square foot fulfillment center sometime in the 2021 timeframe in Pflugerville. It's expected to create about 1,000 jobs, and there's a possibility the fulfillment center may eventually expand to 3.8 million square feet, as this was what was originally detailed in the construction permit. Amazon will be spending $250 million on this project. And you probably heard about this one in the news. Construction's already underway on the Tesla Austin Gigafactory. Just to give you a little perspective on how monumental this upcoming Tesla factory is going to be, this will be built on 2,100 acres of land, and it's going to be the first facility open to the public. So this very well could be a tourist attraction in addition to a manufacturing facility. It definitely dwarfs the California, the Berlin, and Shanghai factories. Tesla spent nearly $100 million acquiring the land, but the final bill is expected to be around $1.1 billion on this project. Tesla has hinted that it plans to have the facility up and running as early as Q4 of 2021, and the facility should create about 5,000 jobs just to start.
So if you have any questions about what we talked about today, about buying in Texas, or about the inventory that we have in Georgetown, please don't hesitate to reach out and contact us. Our contact information is right there on the screen. Thanks for tuning in.